Indecision is often the biggest plague in your business. It stops you from taking action. You go into analysis paralysis. You're worried about if it doesn't work. You're worried about judgment from other people. You're worried about judgment from yourself. And when we stop taking action, we don't make any progress and everything screeches to a halt. So, what if you could get more support making decisions? I'm really excited to bring the first call from our CEO conversations to you on the podcast. The founders on this call were extremely brave to come on and get coached from me live, and they all gave me permission to air it on the podcast. So, the beauty of watching and hearing other people be coached is that it's not so intense where you're getting coached by me in the moment. And just put yourself, whatever decision you need to make, put yourself in their shoes. Listen as if I am coaching you. I promise that you will get some gold nuggets out of this. And what I hope for you is that you will go on to make a decision today and get back into action. All right, stay tuned because the conversations, the coaching is coming up next. Welcome to Your Food Business Success. This podcast is for early stage entrepreneurs in the packaged food industry ready to finally turn that delicious idea into reality. I'm your host, Sari Kimbell. I have guided hundreds of food brand founders to success as an industry expert and business coach, and it's gotta be fun. In this podcast, I share with you mindset tools to become a true entrepreneur and run your business like a boss. Interviews with industry experts to help you understand the business you are actually in, and food founder journeys so you can learn what worked and didn't work and not feel so alone in your own journey. Now let's jump in. Welcome to the first installment of the CEO conversation. This is kind of an open coaching call. This is meant to for people who already are in business. We're going to be talking about kind of these higher level CEO problems and questions because I am all about, we've been doing a CEO series on the podcast and really leaning into what does it mean to be the CEO in your business? Like one of the simplest ways we talk about being the CEO is you're working on your business instead of in your business, right? It's the doing the higher level planning. It's really looking at the business from a little bit higher vantage point than like head down making product or being at the farmer's market, like doing the work of an employee versus the work of the boss and really that visionary. I wanted to talk a little bit about morning routines to start us out with. I am a firm believer, and many of you know this, that a morning routine is absolutely a necessity as a CEO, as the boss in your business, and to be a really effective entrepreneur. How you feel like your morning routine, like does it serve you? Does it help you to feel more positive as you get started with your day? Do you have something that you do consistently? And so a 10 would be like, I do this very disciplined morning routine every day consistently, even on weekends. I don't miss it. 10 would be that. And a 1 would be like, I got nothing. I'm just a hot mess every morning. I don't know if I do any kind of morning routine at all. I thought it'd be fun to start with that question. I wanted to give you some food for thought. I will share my routine. And it's developed, it's evolved over the years. I will say there was a time when I first started my business that I had no routine. And I guess you could say, like, well, getting out of bed, making coffee, turning on the news or whatever is a routine, but it wasn't consistent. And I don't think it really set me up for the best day. In fact, I had a realization like, turning on the news is actually doing the opposite for me. All I want to do is like go back to bed. So I stopped doing that, which was a hard thing to shift, but There will be people that are like, you have to get up at 5 a.m. You got to do an hour meditation or whatever. I don't believe that it's about the length of things. I don't believe it's about what you even do. What I do know for sure is that uh, CEOs have something that they do every day that kind of jumpstarts their morning. It's not so much about the what the practice is. It's about I do something every day consistently. Because here's what happens, and as entrepreneurs, this is where I see people struggle the most, is that you're going to have to do a lot of stuff that you don't want to do. And so developing the practice every day of, but I don't really want to meditate, or I don't really want to do this thing, no matter how short it is, your brain is going to give you that, right? Because that's what our brains do. And it's about overcoming that. It's saying, I know you don't want to do that, but we've made a promise to ourselves. We've committed to ourselves, and this is what we do. That's actually the most important thing, not what you do. For me, I do not snooze anymore. This is a new shift for me. I don't hit the snooze button. So I set the clock for the appropriate time, and there's lots of reasons, research why you should not hit the snooze button. I was starting to become a 1, 2, 3 person snooze. And now I just decide ahead of time the night before, I'm getting out of bed, I'm not snoozing. And I jump out of bed and I say, yes, really loud, right? To myself. And then I make my bed immediately. I make my tea and take my supplements. And then I sit down with my tea and I read from the Daily Stoic. Stoicism, I think, is one of the tools that we can use as an entrepreneur to really kind of learn how to take some of the emotion out of it. I read, and then I do a 15-minute meditation. And then I write one page in my journal. And it's kind of a reviewing vision for my life, doing some gratitude ahead of time. And this whole thing takes about 45 minutes, start to finish, from getting out of bed. But I just work it into my day. It's planned. And so I would encourage you, depending on where you landed on that scale, or just to reevaluate, like, is my morning routine serving me? Is it setting me up to be like on fire, feeling really successful? Making your bed immediately is one of the smallest things you can do. And I think it comes from the army, or so, like, that's where it originated, was like, it's it's like that first thing that you can do when you first wake up to be like, I'm successful. I set myself up for success. If I do nothing else today, I at least made my bed. Right? So that could be one little habit. But as entrepreneurs, we constantly, not constantly, but we want to be reevaluating our routines. We want to say, does this serve me? And my routine has changed. It's altered. I sometimes change up the meditation. I sometimes change up the writing. But now I've done it so much over the years that it feels weird. It feels really off when I don't do it. And I'm always like, and there are times my brain's like, you don't need to write today. You don't really have time for that. And I do anyway. And it feels amazing when I'm done because the writing feels great and that I did it. I overcame my brain that's telling me, don't worry about it. It's not that big a deal. And this is everything to be the CEO of your business, to master your business, because you just have to do a lot of hard shit. And I should tell you, you're getting executive coach Sari today, and I don't hold back. I call it as I see it. This is not the like cuddly, nurturing side of me. This is like, we got hard stuff to do, and let's not pretend that it's daisies and rainbows and skipping, unicorns and all of that. This is hard stuff. I'll probably swear a little bit, so hopefully you can put in your AirPods or earphones and don't have kids around. So that's what happens when we get to business and we coach on business stuff. I'm going to give you like 45 seconds, and I want you to think about or write down, even better if you write it down, what are 3 decisions that you need to make in your business that would help to move your business forward? Every business just has problems that they need to solve. It's one problem after another. Welcome to being in business. That's all we do, solve problems. What we generally do when we solve problems is we are just making decisions, right? We're making one decision, we are putting it into action, and then we're learning from it. And then we might be shifting, changing, making a new decision, and then we just keep going. So the faster we can make decisions, the faster our business keeps going, we get some momentum, we're learning, we're never beating ourselves up about it. Decisions are the name of the game. And if we can just identify what are the decisions I need to make in my business, then we can start solving for them.
I will
Kirati,
ask
come
Kirati.
on. Let me snack. Hi,
Hello. Hi.
how are you?
I am good. How are you?
Good. Okay, so you had a question about direct to consumer and affiliate marketing versus wholesaling. It sounds like that maybe helped you to make some decisions, but tell me more.
Sure. So right now I um did approach a few buyers, and a few of them also like ordered from me. Obviously wholesale has lower margins. So
Mhm.
um I mean, sure, someday volume will increase, and in a way that would be better.
Sure.
But I keep getting pulled into deciding between should I go with increasing sales directly to my from my website, or go to the wholesale route. And for DTC, other than the social media posts and everything, um, to go and do like affiliate marketing. But I think that paying affiliators and influencers kind of needs a lot of money upfront.
Hmm.
Uh, and for wholesaling, I have already done like half like advance, and then half after like 60 days, whatever the buyer wanted to do.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, I don't know.
Okay.
Uh, I'm
All right.
confused.
This is fun. Okay. So what I want you to do first is everybody's feeling like, should I do this? Should I do this? Anytime I hear the word should, it's like ding, ding, red light. Okay. So I want you to just like do a little like shake off the shoulds. And we're going to take a breath, take a deep breath. We forget to breathe, the CEOs. So we're going to take a breath and we're just going to say, if there were no right answers and there were no wrong answers, they're just our decisions. What feels the most fun for you? Would you like to work on wholesale, or would you like to work on e-commerce in some way? It doesn't have to be affiliate marketing, just continue to work on e-commerce.
Um, Definitely continuing more on e-commerce.
Okay, great. So that's really good information to know, because here's the thing. I know I'm a little bit different kind of a coach. I tend to like, I want to check in with your body. I want to see like, you know, the answer, right? And there's a lot of coaches out there that are gonna be like, well, you should do this. This is what you should do. But the reality is like, you're a solopreneur. You can't do it all. You don't have unlimited funds right now. So we have to have, there are trade-offs. That's just it. There are trade-offs. You have to do one or the other, right? And maybe you can do the other one later. Maybe it makes sense. But what I know from coaching over the years is that, and myself, the thing I am most excited about, the thing I have the most energy around, the thing I am like, ooh, that sounds like fun, is the thing I will do. It's the thing that will keep me interested. It's the thing that will like, when I get distracted and it's that thing that'll like be the hook that I'm like, okay, it's hard, but I really want to figure this out. This is fun. And that's not to say that as soon as something stops being fun that we go switch. I'm not in, but when we make decisions like this, where you're kind of at a crossroads, that you're like, do this or do this, that we can check in with our body and our intuition and say, what feels fun? Because There are no wrong decisions here. There are just decisions. You can't F it up. I promise. And one is going to take a certain amount of investment and time and money in one way, and one's going to take a certain amount of investment and time and money in another way. And sometimes we can check in our body and we're like, yeah, I definitely want to do that. And it still might be good to get more information, kind of like I was just coaching Priya, is like, what information are you maybe missing? Just to kind of verify and be like, well, how much is this really going to cost me to do affiliate marketing? Or how much will this cost me in time and money to do wholesale? But I think you kind of have a good sense of that already. So once we have that information, then we lean into something that we're going to be excited about, that we want to learn, that we want to do the hard, because they're both hard. I promise you, neither one is easy. They're both hard. So which suck do you want to take on? Choose your suck. Right? So e-commerce, amazing. Are you still in? Yeah, I like that
Yes.
for you. It's not that you can't do the wholesale if it feels like, oh, I just made a connection at the farmer's market, or somebody's asking me through e-commerce, like, do you do wholesale? It's not that you can't do it, right? That you only have to ever do one thing. It's just that you only have so much bandwidth, so much energy, so much time, so much money, and we want to get something over the finish line. We feel like we're winning instead of like, I do a little bit here and a little bit there and nothing ever gets done. So wholesale's still an option. It's just we're not gonna like be really proactively going after it. It's like it's there, somebody asks. So what are all the things that you could do to increase e-commerce sales? Affiliate
Um,
marketing is one of those.
so other than affiliate marketing, I could have so I already have a subscribe and save option, so maybe I can advertise that more.
Mm-hmm.
That will get some traffic to my website, and it will be like a recurring traffic. So um, maybe that'll also be helpful with retention of the customer.
So you can
Uh,
tell people about this thing that you have.
yes. And
Amazing.
I don't Facebook ads, um, letting people know at the farmers market that we are also available online.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Nothing else like comes to mind right now.
Yeah,
But
there's lead ads as well, which are a different kind of Facebook ad, right? There's Facebook
yeah,
ads that are just like about buying or, Meta or whatever. There's lead ads that are about getting people on your email list and building a relationship with them through email marketing. There's also like giveaways in general, like you could do your own giveaway, you could do partner giveaways as well, would be another option. There's also like finding more like, not just like influencers, affiliates online, but maybe local influencers or like more like physical people in your community could be another option. Like there's a million options here. And I think you've seen this before in Master Your Business. I'll just share this really quick. So it's like make a whole list of everything you could do to solve for this e-commerce problem. And then go through and either color code or I'll give you some numbers, but we have all the things that are like what's low effort, high impact. It's going to have a big impact. What's high effort, high impact, low effort, but low impact. And then, of course, there's the ridiculous high effort, low impact. So you can also put a number by them, right? Number one would be the green, the easiest thing. Number two would be the high effort, high impact. Number three would be low effort, low impact. Number four, the red. Okay, let's start with the easiest things that we think are going to have high leverage, right? What are the things that we can get going there? And then selectively understanding the costs in time and money, do the high effort, high impact. So that might be where you say, I'm willing to try an affiliate program and then go get, make sure you have the information, but that is a high effort and hopefully high impact. But it takes time. These things take time. If you have any, these are more like decide and delegate, right? It's just a really great filter to put all of your activities through. And then anything that's a red or a 4, you just we're not doing that. That would be a waste of your time, right? So
Mhm.
we just don't do that. But I bet if you go through, it's a really valuable tool to just be like, what's everything I could do? And then evaluate that of like, oh, that'd be really easy. I could get together a giveaway really fast, right?
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
put that up on my Instagram. And, like you see those all the time. And don't do it for likes, maybe run a
Mm.
lead ad instead. So you get people's emails.
Right. Yeah, that sounds good.
And then you have people you can go tell them about your subscribe and save.
Mhm. I can
Amazing.
have that in my flow of emails that I'll send them. So yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds
So that
good.
could be a
Yeah.
fast one, right? And be like, oh,
Yeah.
let me get some wins. Let me try this. And then again, we want to measure things. And then maybe you do a smaller, Sorrel is always a great option. We had Yash on a couple, last year talking about Sorrel and for affiliate kind of influencer marketing, but you can start small. You can totally do it on your own. You could just identify 5, maybe it's 5 women or 5 people who are like totally talking to your people, right? You want to find people who are talking to people like me for your product because it's delicious, it's low calorie, it's higher in nutrition, right? Like we're trying to find really great solutions for our snacking needs. And then you just need to go find people who are talking about it and go send them some product. Just be like, can I just send you some product? And you kind of got to let go of the attachment. We're not doing like a super formal influencer thing, but find like people with low number, not super, we're not looking for people with like 100,000 followers. Like, sure, pay me $5,000. I just want people who are like, they're building, kind of at our same level, like they're building their businesses too. We can partner
Mhm.
with them. So that might be something that feels a little low effort, or, sometimes things take a little bit of effort to get going and then they become, high impact with low effort. Just don't bite off more than you can chew. Just like choose, constrain, commit, measure, and then reevaluate. Give it a time frame. I'm going to do this for 3 months, or I'm going to do this for a month, and then I'm going to evaluate.
Okay. Okay. That sounds great.
Good.
All right. Thank
Decisions
you.
made. I love it. So good. Okay, we have time, Melissa. Hi.
Hi.
You and your fun fall hat.
What a
Oh,
great call. This has been great. Got a lot of things answered already. But
good.
um,
Okay, so you had a number of things, but what do you feel like is the most important thing if you made a decision today?
right, I was thinking about that with you. I mean, they all have plus and minuses. They're all important and then not as important. The powders, just because I eliminated that after listening to what you were saying, because we're getting our website. Like we got to get the website dialed in.
Right.
Let's get those done. I love them. We already have some of the ingredients for them and they're fresh. So let's got that all ordered. Let's get those going. My mind is really going to getting them actually done. I have the recipe, it'll be good. Excuse me. The packaging, not super hard, but then it's going past that. And that's where my blocks are coming. It's like, oh, but then the the shipping and then the printing and then because I know what this business takes. My mind is kind of going there. And oh, well, then how would we scale that? And it's really going there and it's taking the joy because this is probably the more joyful one for me because
Yeah, the
I
powders.
need these. I've used these in traveling. I just need to put them together. You liked the idea, it's
Yeah, I'm
yeah.
like, give me the powders. Where are the powders?
They're amazing. We have different ones, matcha and mushroom and beet and turmeric. And I mean, it's so good. But so I feel that my brain is really tripping me up. We're thin on time, as you know.
Right.
But
Who's
it's like,
not? We're all thin on time. We're all thin
right.
on money.
So I thought, like,
Melissa, I'm just gonna let you in on a little secret here. Your brain's an asshole.
yeah, it really has been. It really
Yeah.
has been.
Yeah, your brain loves to give you all this head trash and like take you so far into the future. Why do you think your brain does that?
Well, I mean, some of it's real because now we're in it. You know how
Yeah.
when you're so excited
Okay.
and you're first starting and people love
Right.
you and you're like, oh my God, people love our products and we
Yeah.
love everybody's products. So knowing, I think, the reality of it, but also I could turn that around and say, well, knowing the reality of it, and I
Yeah.
could do it different, or finding that joy again you were talking about with the morning routine, and just even believing or knowing I have support, I guess, on how to do something. The product's not out of my league, but the packaging and the shipping and um
Yeah. You got a
all the
lot of problems to solve, but your brain is trying to keep you safe. That's its job.
mm,
You know, I know you well, and I'm going to like go out there and give you a hard truth that you may be kind of sabotaging yourself a little here of like you've been talking about these powders for a year,
mhm.
right? We've been talking
More.
about getting the website going for a year. Like there's a part of you that's like, I don't know how to handle that when that happens. And so if I never get them into a pouch, if I never get the website working, then I never have to deal with that. And your brain's
Probably.
like, yay. Now we don't have, like, we're just going to keep throwing all of this junk at her because then she doesn't actually take action. And that's the best thing for us as your brain because it doesn't want to exert energy, right? It wants to like be comfortable and not have to do anything that's going to require extra energy. It wants to avoid pain and it wants to seek pleasure.
And the pain that's added in is like, well, also, which is kind of new on my brain, this what if this doesn't work?
Yeah. Oh,
I
that's a
love
great
that
one.
because I've never really had that. I'm really positive and glass is half full. And
So
for
anytime
the,
our brain gives us a question like that, we need to answer it because otherwise it's an open story loop. So, Melissa, what if this doesn't work?
I mean, I would be happy I had them for me because they're so great. And I need them for traveling and I need them for me. And
Yeah,
I mean, I guess I have really high quality products and I know how to
right?
source. And if it doesn't
Helps.
totally work, there's resources. We got Food Business Success. I could reach out for, all right, how do we do how do we even find a co-packer down the road for that? How do we, yeah.
Brain's like, let's just distract her with stuff that's 18 steps ahead of where
Mm-hmm.
she is.
Yep.
And she gets really distracted and
Mm-hmm.
overwhelmed. And that's amazing because now we don't have to do anything.
Yeah, because it's not going to work anyways. So why
And
put
your
all
brain's
that
like,
effort?
but it probably won't work anyways. So why even bother? All
Put
right.
all that effort. And even if it does work and it's great, how are you going to figure out the shipping and all of the steps?
How are you going to figure out the shipping?
Ugh, shipping. Ugh. I don't want to have to ship. We do it. I don't mind some shipping, but I don't know. I don't know. I know to be successful, you'd have to ship a lot.
I'm
I
going
mean,
to ask you again because your brain does know the answer. How are you going to figure out shipping? Not how are you going to ship? How are you going to figure out shipping?
oh, I see. Work with or lean in with people that are doing it.
Post and fuel, ask for resources, come get coaching, start talking to some people who you feel like do a really great job shipping.
That it's not hard or super stressful or it's a part of it. Okay. Okay, that
Yeah.
makes it a little more.
What if shipping's fun? What if you're like, every Tuesday, go to my like setup and I got my boxes and my stamps and my paper and it's so fun. And I put on Sari's podcast or some music. I'm imagining all the people getting this incredible product and how
Mhm.
cool is it that I get to ship my product? People, you know, the only reason you get to ship product because people bought product. They paid you money. How cool is that? How fun.
Mhm.
And, you know, yeah, you got the wrong size box to start with. Oh, well, then you buy the right size box. And, oh, that person, the package exploded on them. Okay, we'll just figure it out, right? Like
Yeah.
we just keep figuring it out, and you have access to incredible resources in Fuel to come and figure this out so much faster. You don't have to do it in a vacuum,
Mhm.
right? You do have
Yeah.
support.
Yeah.
When your brain offers, how are we going to figure this out? What if this doesn't work? You're like, no, I got support.
Yeah. And we're not even there yet. Like,
And we're not even there. I don't need to worry. Like, even just when my brain offers me like something that's 18 steps ahead, I'm like, I'm going to write that down. Maybe I'll have like a note on that topic. I'm like, gotcha, brain. I'm gonna put that in there. We've captured it. You don't have to keep whirling that around in your brain anymore.
yeah.
I'm gonna capture it. Noted. Thank you, brain. Thank you for having my own back. Thank you for trying to keep me safe. Noted. Now we're gonna go work on the 3 next things that we need to
Okay.
do right now. And your 3 next things, in my opinion, I should let you answer this, but for time,
Yeah.
and I know you, we're gonna get the website up. We're gonna figure out minimum viable product. What do we need to do to get these powders into pouches that are simple? We don't need to go to like the fancy
No.
pre-printed and all that, right? Like, what's the minimum? How do we get the minimum viable product out there?
Mhm.
Really, those are the 2 things. And then we just break those down into smaller and smaller steps.
Okay. Okay. Yeah, that's great. And I'm kind of excited and motivated because they're entwined. Like I want to have them so they'll look pretty on the website.
Yeah,
So it's like
absolutely.
that kind of gives me a little bit of motivation of, well, let's just get them in there.
Yeah. So now we just go solve, okay, what do I need to do for the website? Okay, we need to choose a theme. We need to circle back with Sari to help with, some of those pieces that we talked about. What do we need to do for the packaging? Okay, we need to go find a pouch. Do we need a heat sealer? What's the label going to be? And at each of those moments, you might feel like, I don't know what I'm doing. But again, you have Fuel. Come and check in at each of those places. Like,
Mhm.
I'm stuck. What do I do next? Or give
Mhm.
me feedback, or just keep
Mhm.
bringing it down to what my friend Kristen, came into Fuel VIP in August, she talks about is the MINS, most important next step. That's it. That's
Mhm.
all you got to focus on. And everything else is just head trash. It's your brain
Okay.
trying to slow you down and sabotage you.
Okay. Yeah, especially because we've done this with the dog treats,
You've
the
already
lace,
done this.
the
You did this with the
bags.
beets, the beet burgers, this is with dog treats. Like you literally already have pouches. Like what?
Mhm.
You have
Yeah,
literally already done this.
that's why I said it's a brain coaching. It's a
Yeah,
brain
I
coaching.
love it. Thank you for being brave, Melissa. Do you want to share your website so if people are listening, they can on the podcast, they can go and check you guys out?
Oh, sure. It's I love heartbeats.com. And that's the kind of beets that you eat.
That's
So
right. Beets. And the new website will be up soon.
yeah, thank
And
you.
yeah, thank you, Kirati, as well. You are at letmesnack.com. All right, well, that's perfect, you guys. Thank you so much for being brave, for being coached, and I hope you got a lot. Thank you all for being so brave. Really appreciate you being open to being coached, and I hope that was so helpful. I feel like this is how entrepreneurship is, right? We are stranded on an island. We're on a deserted island. And we often feel like we're all just sitting around. And even if you have a partner, then maybe there's 2 of you. But it's like we're Tom Hanks talking to Wilson and like, we need to solve this problem. What do we do here? Right. And we're talking to a volleyball. And it's miserable. It's lonely. We're making decisions in a vacuum. It's just not the funnest way. And it is the hardest way. So Master Your Business is open now for applications. It's my next level program. It's really about creating the foundation to scale. We got to have all the pieces set up so that expenses don't continue to climb with income. Scaling's about income, revenue goes up, but expenses kind of just flat or barely go up. Master Your Business is all about how do you scale? How do you have good systems? all of those pieces. I'm just going to run through this slide super fast, and all you have to do is apply, or if you've already done the program, you guys got a special email from me. But this is going to be a year-long program. And so you get 12 months of access to the curriculum. We do business foundations, making sure you have a mission, vision, values, financial training, making sure you understand your financials, an operations manual. If you do not have an operations manual that covers your full business, this is so necessary. And then systems for scaling, hiring, and building a team. We do 12 group cohort coaching calls. You get 4 one-on-one strategy calls with me through the year, so 1 a quarter. It includes your annual Fuel VIP membership as well, so you'll just have one payment, which has all the things that many of you are already in. And then you also get lifetime access to Food Business Success. I know it's September now, but this technically starts in January. But we're enrolling now and taking applications now, so that because we have all these amazing bonuses coming up in October, November, and December. Those are the 3 months. You get a bonus one-on-one call with me. You get to come to the Stephen Adele conversation and get a copy of his book. I'm also doing a big discount for those of you on the CEO conversation call or watching the replay, where you can save $300 or $20 a month. And you get to split up those payments over time. So I just wanted to throw that up there for you guys on the call and also watching the replay. You just go to masteryourbiz.co, get off of Entrepreneur Island. It's really lonely there. Come get support, and I would love to help you and support you in 2025. Thank you so much for making time in your day to work on your business as the CEO. Have an amazing rest of your day. Bye. The smartest thing you can do as an entrepreneur is to invest in a who to help you with the how, to speed up your journey and help you skip the line. When you are ready for more support and accountability to finally get this thing done, you can work with me in 2 ways. Get me all to yourself with one-on-one business coaching, or join Food Business Success, which includes membership inside Fuel, our community of food business founders that includes monthly live group coaching calls and so much more. It's one of my favorite places to hang out, and I would love to see you there. Go to foodbizsuccess.com to start your journey towards your own food business success.